everyone, my name is Ace Overdose, and welcome to the next episode of Tak and the Power of Juju. Last time we did some stuff in Chicken Island. We pretty much completed the place. In this episode, I kind of figure out how to get out, because if you remember last episode, I couldn't figure out how to get out of the place, but now I know, or I knew rather, so I got out of there. But I am using a different mic for this particular video. This is just the mic on my new headset, or it's not really new anymore, but it's the Raptor HS40 from Corsair. So if you're thinking about buying this headset, this is what the mic sounds like. Turned down, it sounds good. It's actually not that bad. She's just gonna move it a little farther away from me there, but yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So especially for like a $50 headset, because this literally, it was $50 or around there. I think it was about 50 or 60. And I think my Turtle Beaches that I used before this, which was a long time ago, was there was the PX21s, and those were like I think I got those for $45, and now they're like $30 or something, so they're really cheap. Those are good too, don't get me wrong. The mic on those are great. Sound quality's good and everything. They're very comfortable. This headset's just so much better. But yes, so basically there's this cave down here, and for some reason I didn't see it, and so I tried to use this conversion spell, and I couldn't get it down. I didn't realize that you had to press X to do it, so I kind of fiddled with it, and it didn't really work out that well. So finally, though, I did get it down, and or I didn't get the spell down. I just kind of gave up on it after dying twice. Did I give up yet? No, it looks like I didn't yet. Oh yeah, right here I just try and get past them. I think that's what I'm trying to do. I got pretty upset, so I'm like, you know what? Middle finger to you, game, and I try and escape, but it never really worked. Yeah, that's when I try and escape, and I just get freaking mauled and raped. Let's see, do I actually make it through? Yeah, okay, there we go. And we got the Warp Mastery, so that allows us to go anywhere we want. And I actually go straight to the burial ground. I just bit my tongue by accident. That freaking hurt. Basically, this is where I get the rest of them, except for one, and I'll show you why, because that was a really big stupid part. And I thought I was Scrooged, and I was, you know what, I'm just gonna cancel this Let's Play because I can't figure it out. And then I finally found one, and I was like, yes! I was so happy. But this is the another part of the burial ground, and basically you have to go into these 4 tombs, and Indiana Jones style, and you have to get the mummy to follow you into that building that we were in. So they're all puzzle-like, which is kind of upsetting, but we do find a few Yorbles in here. There's not a lot of them, but I don't even know what I was trying to do there. Whatever. Right, okay, this is the room that you find him in. So I kill off all the enemies pretty much. I didn't really know what that teeter-totter was for. But basically, you step on that switch, and there's the mummy. Now, he wakes up, and it scared me a little bit at first, because he kind of ran at me, and I didn't really know what to do, and I didn't know if he was going to kill me or not. So I kind of tried to use this to get him up, and I eventually got it down. You just have to get him to stay still. And he actually died right there because he ran right off. The AI for him is actually pretty bad. And I thought I could hit him to make him go faster. It actually doesn't even work. But yeah. So the farther away from you, a higher chance of him actually running. And he's supposed to run anyway. So then right here, this was a hard part actually right here. This gave me a lot of trouble. This was absolutely ridiculous. Basically, I had to get him on that platform, and it took forever, and it wasn't very easy. What I do is I kind of run around a little bit to try and keep him going. And then he just misses it by a hair. I got so mad, I'm like, dude, you freaking had it. Why did you mess it up? That was funny. And I try to like go back, but it didn't work that time either. Probably you had to wake him up. At one point, I forgot. I was getting the hang of it on this one though. It really was not easy to start. It wasn't at all. But nonetheless, I did eventually get it down. I just had to be patient. And right there, see, I got it down there. And then you basically lead him outside and through the maze, and there you go. Now, I didn't really realize that you had to put him in a certain spot, so I was trying to get him in there, and I was like, well, what the heck? The light turned on, and I kind of ran around just messing around. I didn't realize that I couldn't get him in the tomb, or like not in the tomb. I couldn't get him in his spot. And I finally realized after watching the video. Right here is when I watch it. I also realized here that they don't hurt you. So then I realized you had to put him in a certain one. So then he freezes there, and then the next one opens up. So you just repeat this, and it's actually a new puzzle each time, which is pretty cool. The second one wasn't. I think the second one might have been the easiest one, just in my opinion. This was probably the easiest one, and I was trying to experiment. Like, okay, that hurts me, right? Yeah, okay, it does. So then I realized, like, oh boy, this is gonna be fun, because I thought for a minute that he couldn't touch the ground, or he couldn't touch that the hot ground either. And the trick is he can. So you just go around taking damage, and it's not even a big deal. You just keep jumping off of it, and it literally does not make you take damage. It's so weird how it actually works. But yeah, so gosh, I've been yawning a lot. All of a sudden, I'm yawning a lot because I'm talking. So I think I watched here and I figured out, like, okay, how am I supposed to do this place? And then I watched and I was like, oh, well, this is gonna be easy. Except for this part, though. This part gave me trouble because I still didn't get this teeter-totter part down. Basically, you just have to get ahead of him enough so he's on the edge. And you basically just run right through it, and it doesn't kill you. For some weird reason, it just doesn't. So let's see. Right, I remember that time I failed. I forgot you actually had to wake him up though, so I was like, oh man. And then I got him up, and it got really easy after that. I just kind of put the thing up, and he healed, and then he came right to me. So that's how that worked. This part gave me a little bit of trouble because I realized that he can only run in a straight line. I don't even know what happened there, but I did get it down, I think, this time. And I basically just did bit by bit. Oh shoot. What happened there? I don't even know what happened there. Alright. So yeah, I basically just did these tombs, and then the real difficulty of the place came in. This place was time consuming. It took about, I think it took about 45 minutes maybe at max to do. It took around that much. And the walkthrough I was watching, he took 2 videos to do it. So I think it was around 45 minutes, around there. And I eventually, once you complete this, you go to a different area. It basically leads you into that area. You'll see. So this is when the darts come into play. Now these, along with, actually wait. No, I think it's just the darts that I'm thinking of that make a return in all 3 TAC games, actually. Yes, they're in all 3. I like them better in the 3rd game than the 2nd game, because the 2nd game, the only time they're actually in the game, it's really, really hard. It's very stressful for me as well. It's like literally the most stressful part of the 2nd game is with the darts. I just hate it because it's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You'd have to see it. You'd have to see what I'm talking about, because like if I explained it, yeah, it'd be hard. So actually right there I got him first try. I just kind of get used to it. Now I don't realize at first, like, okay, how am I going to do this? So I'm like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to try it out. And he can take darts. He can take them. Like, he doesn't even get hurt by them. The goal is keeping yourself alive, literally. Like, he can have as many darts as he wants in him, and it literally does not matter. So I kind of played around, and I made him get a ton of darts in him. It was pretty funny. You can see how many darts he has in him. So great. But yeah, that just happened, and then this was probably, actually, I take that back, this was probably the easiest one. Mainly because I think the gimmick might have been broken. I don't know. But I did get it to work perfectly fine, so that was the 3rd, and then I do the 4th, last and final one. I don't remember which this one was. No, that was the wrong one. Let's see. Oh, the one with the doors. Okay, yeah, I forgot about this. Out of all of them, I can't believe I forgot about this one. This one was probably the hardest to figure out at first. Once you get it down, though, it's possibly the most I'll say it's the most puzzling. I'd say it's the most puzzling one. Yeah, once you actually kind of see it and figure out like what it's all about, in a sense. In other words, once you figure out that like what to do once you get the mummy, because like that Yorble we found in that one room that you had to like step on the platform, or actually this room right here. I looked away, I forgot we were still in here. This room you actually need the mummy for, and I was trying to mess around because I actually did the little like roll, and it didn't work. So I just gave up on that, and I checked the video, and he said to wait for the mummy, so that's what I did. And this room, I think you're supposed to do it some other way, but I cheated and did it that way, so that was pretty fun. Let's see. Now, like I said, this is the easy part of this place. The rest of it is not very easy. It's very, very challenging. So this room took out all the enemies, and I think there were 2 buttons in here. So, okay, this room has the ropes. Right, okay, this room I got the Yorble in. Yeah. So it looks like this is the end of the tomb. It's looking like it. Why was I watching the video? What was I even trying to find? I think I was trying to figure out how to do it. What's going on here? I have no clue. Huh. Well, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I have no clue why, but I kind of paused there for like over 2 minutes, and I just kind of sat there. So I think I might have been watching the video, but I was trying to figure out how to do this, and then this is where I get stumped big time. So I don't know what I did here. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. I hit the head off, and I was like, oh boy. Did I just like mess something up? And I thought he was gonna put it back on, but he didn't, and I was like, I grabbed the head, and he still followed me. So I realized, well, what's going on here? And then I finally figured out, after some time, and watching a video, let's see. When do I actually like do it? Okay, here we go. So I figure out that you actually have to put it up there, and then he gets up gradually. So it's okay if he falls. He just has to fall in the right spot. So I do get him to gradually go the way I want him to. I'll let him catch up every now and then. So then here, you have to jump over there, put it down, and then he goes up. So it's one big chain reaction sort of thing. So then I get him through that door. Now I think this might be where I get the orbital. Yup. This is where I get the orbital. So I put that down and I just jump right up and get that. So interestingly enough, he doesn't put his head on when he gets into the spot of light in that room, in that building. For some reason, he just didn't. So I slowly make my way back, and once I do, see, once you get all 4 mummies here, the objective is completed, and this light in the middle pops up, and you go there, and surprisingly enough, you are in the spirit world now. Makes sense because you were dealing with dead people, right? So, It's a very foggy area, something I'd rather not have, but basically when you hit one of those, or when you go into one of those little shrines, in a sense, it will spawn a bridge or something like that for you, and that's how you continue on. So it's area by area. There were Yorbles around here, and I'm so glad I picked up every single one I did, because if I missed one of them, boy, would I have been so upset. So basically, I just played like I normally play, and I figured out where to go and whatnot. So there's certain little containers that you have to hit, and they unleash like the spirit, and all the spirits combine into the little shrine, and that's what makes it accessible.
Hey man, I need some balloons for the party, right? If you can bring like 3 of them to me, I might be able to help you out. Do it!
Okay, so he tells us a little new objective. So you have to get 3 balloons. They're easy to find. The trick is getting them back. Oh yeah, and those little things, the skull spirits, those will turn you into a Norble. So just don't do that. What's funny enough, or interestingly enough, you can actually make it attack the Norbles, or just the enemies. If you're far enough away, it attacks whatever's closest. Now that Yorble up there, you can't get until you activate something, which you'll see eventually. Takes me 2 tries, I believe, to get it, but I keep trying here to get it. And as you can see, I was failing, and I was like, well, what the balls? What do I do? If I can't activate that, I'm just a sitting duck wandering around. So I figure out you have to go up here, and you get this thing. Now, my logic was that you actually have to use the balloon and go up to one of the highest points and float down onto the Yorble. But that's actually nowhere near the case. You just need to bring them to the guy. Like, that's it. That's all you need to do. Just bring it to him. And I was getting frustrated here because I couldn't figure out how to actually go about doing this. Every time you get hit, or every time you grab a ledge, you lose the balloon. And that was really ticking me off, because I was like, well, what the heck? Can I please get it back to him? It was annoying. But I got it down. This is when I think I try, and I grab onto the ledge by accident, so I'm like, well, crap, I can't do this. So I try again. I think I tried quite a few times, actually. And this was just, me wasting time like I usually do in games. So yeah, that was me trying to be smart and do it on my own. This place was very, very difficult on its own, though, I must admit. It was extremely challenging. So I accidentally hit that button, I guess, and I let go. That time it actually attacked the enemy, the skull spirit. Actually, at this point, I think I was yelling. I was mad. I was kind of yelling. I was like, "What the?" Well, I'm not actually gonna imitate it, but you get my point. So then I get to this point, I'm like, well, crap, there's like no way up. So I realize, like, okay, there's obviously no way to get this, because knowing me, I would say that. I'd give up, and I'd say that it's not possible. However, I did watch the video, and I figured out you just have to bring them back. And I basically hoped that all was going to end well. When do I actually, like, go in? I don't understand. Okay, there we go. So, I just bring the balloons to him. I just go about one by one. So then the trick was figuring out how to get up there. So you actually hit this, and interestingly enough, that is how you get that Yorble. I actually miss it by about half a second. So, but thankfully I knew what I was doing the second time, so I just went right up there, and I got the Yorble, and I was very happy that I got it. Now the trick here is getting onto that orangutan's tree leaf. And it was annoying because actually the game wasn't giving itself enough time to complete the task. And it was just unsynced, and it was just a mess. Thankfully I got it though. Eventually I did. Took me quite a few tries. There we go. By a slim amount of time, I actually made it. Alright, so there's the second balloon. Now the third balloon, I actually don't know where I got it from. Let's see. Once you get the 3 balloons, that is how you advance in the level, though. So that is why you probably can't advance any further. However, I hit this, and surely enough, I kind of figure it out. You have to go over here, and that's how you get to it. As you also get a Yorble, so that's cool.
Ooh, nice job, little dude. Here's the help I promised.
Alright, so then he does that for you. Just awfully nice of him. So then, that basically unlocks this brand new area right here. Now, as you can see, 2 of those little things, those are basically part of the amount of spirits you need are already there. And I look around for like ages trying to find this last bit, this last pot. And I died, so I'm like, oh great, they all reset. So I basically go around and I hit every single pot, and I try and find it. But little do I know, it's a little puzzling part, which you will soon see. I'll know when it's coming up because I paused, but I stopped to watch the video. Yeah, I stopped right here to watch. Then I watched, and sooner or later I figured out that it was actually that floating island that we couldn't jump to. It was the pot right there, and you have to shoot it. It's funny because I'm just not smart enough for these games. I'm just not smart enough to figure these games out on my own. But that's the funny part of it, you know. That's the funny part. So let's see, I'm watching. There we go. So I shoot that. And if you think this is actually difficult, like if you thought this part was difficult, wait until you see the next bit. I think it's the next bit. If it's not the next bit, it's like bits before that. Because the end was definitely the hardest part. So I fight off this guy. And we get a Yorble right there. So now I'm just basically looking around and I find... Where is the actual thing I use? Oh, it's the... Oh! Oh, okay. This is the second time we use Mr. Orangutan. This is another part where the game doesn't give enough time for itself. A few times. It was the dumbest thing, I swear, because when you actually, like, you did your part, right? You do your part, but the game doesn't hold up its end of the bargain. So even though you're doing it right, it's still not working. I don't know. It was just the stupidest thing ever to me. Now, I completed every Yorble in there, but I had 99 of them. And I was so upset because I was like, well, wait a minute. I know for a fact the Spirit Realm is the last part of this level. So where in the actual hell am I going to find this last bit? So, basically, you'll see I get to this little temple-looking area. This Greek temple-looking area, in a sense. And I fight all these guys off. Now, in the pots, the skull spirits are in there. So I basically just let, go ahead and let the spirits take care of some of them. As you can see, I'm trying to, and sometimes it doesn't even work. I just decide eventually to figure it out on my own. And then, this comes up, and up top is a grand balloon, but not just any balloon. At this point, I'm just like, no way that just happened. And right here, this is Lock Spirit. So I forgot to speed up this I forgot to leave this cutscene alone. But Talaylock comes along and he tries to stop us. And there's thorns on the bushes. And it's actually not even the thorns that will kill Locke. It's touching anything. So you have to avoid the wind, and you're actually not supposed to go in there. And if he pops, then you just have to start over. It's not really a big deal. So this did take me a lot of tries. I did get it down, though. As you can see, there weren't even spikes there, and he died. Now, game-wise, if the balloon pops, Lock Spirit is free. So, yeah, that's kind of what happened there. So I don't even know what just happened there, but I lost it. So it did take a lot of tries. I know it's probably tedious for you guys to watch, but you know what? It was hard, so don't make fun of me for it. I forget when it was, but I got like severely faked out because I thought it was all over. It was right there, I think. It was right there too. Alright, and that's the end of that. So then, after a long day's work, we get transported back to Tax Village. Now, I didn't realize that Jaboba's hut was literally right there. So, I kind of went around and looking for it, I guess. Actually, no, I was looking for the last Yorble. And I did find it eventually. It was not in Tax Village. I actually found it, on Chicken Island. There was one in Tax Village I saw after I came back from Chicken Island, but I didn't see it beforehand, so that happened. Let's see here. That's kind of the reason why there's that much left of the video, though. I know this is a very long video. I apologize for that, but what are you gonna do? So eventually, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go right back to the burial ground. And I was kind of like messing around, cause like I didn't really care that much. I was kind of moving around. I'm just like, I just want to restart this game. I just don't even want to play this game at all. However, I did eventually get the courage to go and find the Yorble. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go Chicken Island and hope for the best. So I went to Chicken Island. Surely enough, I found one there. Now it didn't take very long at all. It took a short amount of time, a very short amount of time. I went around here, I was looking, I grabbed the sheep, and at the corner of my eye I saw it, and I went and I dashed for it as fast as I could. I was so happy. I was so excited when I saw it, and so happy when I actually collected it. I'm like, you know what, the game's gonna freeze. It's going to freeze somehow. It's going to freaking freeze. But it didn't. It did not freeze. And so then I looked on how to get back to Jabulba's hut. I noticed that there was one right up there. Like, that's when I realized the one in Tax Village. I'm just like, whoop-de frickin' do. There was one right there. I'm sorry, I bumped the mic there. So then I go right back, and that's basically it. This is just the cutscene now.
Glad to be back.
So, thanks for watching, guys. Like if you liked it, dislike if you think it sucked. Leave your comments. You can just watch the video. It's really, really weird, but it's enjoyable. So,
I'm alive again.
actually, this is
so good to be me.
that is actually a line that recurs in another game. Anyways, as always, guys, actually leave your comments. That's appreciated. And as always, I will see you all on the next episode.
For this moment, I am ready, Jabulba, for I am the mighty warrior called for by the Papoob. Oh, Papoob. Oh no. Jabulba, where's the...
Out the door, round the back.
What's wrong with him?
This always happens when people get resurrected. They call it
What?
Resurrection's Revenge.
Whoa!
We'll just have to be
Somebody,
patient.
please!
Stay away from him.
Turn me off! Ow, 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 yeah! Oh! Ah. Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh, goodness. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Heck,
Oh.
there is no more time. You'll have to get the moonstones while Locke recovers.
Me?
This magic amulet will help. It increases your abilities when you're at full strength.
Oh, it's like lava, baby. Ah!
All right, I'll go. But try to help Locke. Resurrection's Revenge is a terrible thing.